Greetings to everyone in India from overseas. We extend a very hearty welcome to all of you. It should be somewhere around, I think, 5, 6 minutes past 3 p.m. on Thursday, that is 11th of November, 5th of November on 2020. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you from world over. Ladies and gentlemen, we all are in different countries, different time zones, different continents, and we are trying to bring whatsoever collaboration, confluence, podlocking is possible, and whatsoever we can do together. That is the attempt and efforts by all of us together. So today, this afternoon, this is my seventh webinar since morning, because early morning we have got a beaming in Australia, New Zealand and Fiji. Thereafter we come to ASEAN, then to the Middle East, then to the Central Asia, and thereafter we come and have a round of the complete to South Asia, and then finally to India. From here at 5 p.m. we move towards Canada, Europe, and Latin America, and then the final program last is with Mexico, Peru, Costa Rica, Venezuela, Brazil, and all of them. Now today, a very hearty welcome, pleasure to meet all of you this afternoon. International Chamber for Service Industry extends a very hearty welcome to all of you with NEXT Education, which is a prestigious organization facilitating whatsoever you want to use in the entire school education ecosystem. Now, we have got very distinguished guest, Mr. Jagmandeep Singh. He's an educationist, he's a founder, he's a director, City Global School, and he is in the state of Punjab. There is a place called Zirakpur, and their institution is prestigiously up to 10th standard. We will also be joined in a little while from Kerala, all the way when I talk about this particular beautiful state, by Madam Jayaprabha Pradeep. She would be joining us, Principal Gregorian Public School. She would be with us in a little while because there are technical hazards and all the difficulties during this lockdown. So people have got challenges, but well, we will be having her soon with us. We have also been joined this afternoon by Ishtpreet Kaur. She is the academic consultant with the NEXT Education, and she is joining us from Delhi. So hearty welcome to all of you, and a pleasure to have. And in the new education policy, which has been announced on 29th of July 2020 by the Honorable Prime Minister of India and the Education Minister of India, we are nowadays deliberating on that particular policy. And we have done about 296 webinars. This is the 297th. And today we will have their views. We will listen to them. Meanwhile, we would request all the teachers, students, and education ecosystem fraternity, please come on the YouTube channel because this program is going on live. And I'll be having a lot of questions in between. And depending on how you answer, how correctly you answer, you will be getting the cash prize transferred to your pocket and to your purse. So today is a wonderful topic that is focused on knowledge of India. That's a wonderful topic when we talk about. So it's a global confluence of intellectuals and educators from the world over. We as a chamber, International Chamber for Service Industry, since 1994, we take care of the non-resident Indians world over and the corporate houses and the government interface from time to time, the policy framework, the market research and innovative strategies and what all is to be done in services sector. So tourism, hospitality, airlines, media entertainment, health and wellness. And when we talk about education is also vertical in services sector. So nowadays, tourism, hospitality, airlines are having challenges because they are being considered into the luxuries. Life has got back to the basics of life. So you cannot live without food and you cannot live without education. So like doctors, nurses, and paramedical people are the warriors, I consider our teachers, our educators, our principals, our vice chancellors, our technocrats, particularly those are providing the technical gadgets and back services to bring this in front, making education relevant. So, in a blended mode or flip mode or whatever we talk about. So, we from our chamber is having totally complementary partnership with the Next Education, that is transforming education. They are into curriculum solution, academic partnerships, self-learning solution, platform solution, and classroom solutions world over, wherever they are reaching out. And I must share with all of us, there are 228 CBSE schools in 27 countries abroad as well. So people, those are joining us from different parts, different countries, different continents, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you. We understand during pandemic, during lockdown, the thought processes are affected and of course education is also deeply affected. लेकिन एक सुना गया है कि भारत से हमेशा एक विचार आता है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. That means the whole world is one family. The whole globe is one family. And today I have got a prestigious two distinguished guests from the state of Punjab and a lady coming from Kerala also. From Kerala, lots of people are there in Saudi Arabia, in Oman, in Kuwait, in Doha, Qatar, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. So we are in touch with all of them. Those are into education ecosystem or services sector. But at the same time, a lot of people from Punjab, and they started their chapter in basically European Union. When you talk about UK, London, Hounslow, Southall, and they have also gone to different parts of Canada, downtown, where is Mississauga or Toronto, Ontario, Calgary, Quebec, or British Columbia, or for that matter, Surrey or Vancouver. So all the places you find, Punjabis also have gone world over. So today it's a beautiful combination and it is a Vasudev Kutumbakam, what we are going to talk with all of us. So heartiest congratulations to Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank in India, the Education Minister of India, and all the stakeholders like Secretary School Education, Secretary Higher Education, and directors, additional secretaries, and all other people those are into. And we are constantly in touch with the UGC, AICT, NCRT, NEPA, and then comes National Council for Teacher Education. And then you have got with CBSE, Kendriya Vidyalayas, Navodaya. So all those people, they are doing wonderful job. Our compliments to everybody in India. They're doing great job. Now, about 150 plus countries, when we are getting the research and when we are getting the work being done during crisis, because we have got plenty of time to focus on, one of the future crises is going to be some of the cities are going to totally dry out. Bangalore, Chennai, and when I talk about the state of Punjab, they will also have lots of crises and lots of problems in future. Water levels are going down, cancer cases are there when you talk about Bathinda and that nearby belt over there in Punjab. And then besides that, every drop of water we all have to save, and we have to keep our schools, colleges, polytechnics, ITIs, universities, and places of education neat, clean, while saving every drop of water the best possible way. Women empowerment is very, very important. When you educate a female child, you educate subsequent number of generation. एक पुरुष को या एक लड़के को शिक्षित करने से आप सिर्फ उसे शिक्षित करते हैं, लेकिन अगर आप एक बच्ची को, एक महिला को शिक्षित करते हैं, तो बेसिकली आप ये देखिए कितनी फ्यूचर जनरेशंस को, क्योंकि वो बच्चों के पालन पोषण के साथ रिश्तेदारी भी निभाना, हस्बैंड भी, बच्चे भी, मदर इन लॉ भी, सब्सिक्वेंट रिलेशंस, रिलेटिव्स, न्यू फैमिलीज एंड ऑल दैट, अगर बच्ची शिक्षित होगी, so the economy of the family would be very good, and then the economic multiplier comes into the whole ecosystem. हमने बहुत स्टडी उसके ऊपर किया है, and that's why we are focusing on women empowerment. मॉर्निंग में 9 बजे हम शुरू होते हैं और रात के 9 बजे खत्म करते हैं। 12 घंटे हमारी लाइव टेलीकास्ट है वर्ल्ड ओवर in different countries. We go all the way to South Korea, we go to Mauritius, we go to Seychelles, we go to Africa continent, we go to Mongolia, we go to Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, all the places the beaming, and then of course Middle East, and then in the evening late we go all the way to Latin America as well. So this is the complete activities of the chamber for the entire week, because 30 million non-resident Indians, those have gone abroad in different countries, in different professions. पूरे हफ्ते हम आप लोगों के साथ कार्यक्रम रखते हैं, और इस पूरे वीक के अंदर बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग आपकी pedagogies, andragogies, growth, skills, competencies, very interesting we share with all of you. And that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 दिन हम यूथ और टीचर्स का एक बहुत ज्यादा एम्पावरमेंट का प्रोग्राम करते हैं। ये 3 बजे का एक प्रोग्राम, स्पेशल प्रोग्राम है जो नेक्स्ट एजुकेशन के साथ है, लेकिन हमारा मेन कार्यक्रम शाम को 5 बजे आता है। यू कैन कम लाइव ऑन द यूट्यूब। पहले 2 महीने हम सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल हेल्थ के साथ थे, फिर वेलनेस के साथ थे, फिर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के साथ थे, और आजकल बच्चों की पसंद में मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री के साथ है। रेडियो, टेलीविजन, थिएटर, म्यूजिक, फिल्म्स, एनिमेशन, वर्चुअल रियलिटी, ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी, blockchain, internet of things, and cloud computing, nowadays gamification, music in education। आज भी शाम को 5 बजे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग कार्यक्रम है मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के साथ, तो जरूर जुड़िए और आइए उस कार्यक्रम में भी, यू विल एंजॉय इट। सो टुडे इज थर्सडे। कल फ्राइडे को हम सिंगापुर से यहाँ से लाइव टेलीकास्ट आपके लिए करते हैं, एंड दैट गोज ऑन टू वाटर मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज की, पानी को कैसे बचाना है। इसके अंदर पिछले हफ्ते हम आपको ब्राजील लेके गए थे, अब कल की जो स्टडी है वो हम आपको साउथ अफ्रीका लेके जा रहे हैं, और उसके बाद आपको बेंगलुरु लेके जाएंगे कि क्या प्रॉब्लम आएंगी। उसके बाद हम आपको चेन्नई भी लेके जाएंगे, और एक दिन पूरा प्रोग्राम पंजाब का है, क्योंकि पंजाब में पानी की बहुत क्राइसिस आने वाली है। जो चावल की खेती हो रही है और जिसमें इतना पानी लगता है, और हम इतना यूरिया और ये सब चीजों का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, और खासकर यहाँ पर जो आता है कि भाई कैंसर ट्रेन भी एक जाती है, सब कुछ है, सारी चीजें हैं। सो वी हैव टू सेव एवरी ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर। बच्चों की हेल्थ भी बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट, एंड वाटर मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ। फिर हम सैटरडे को आपको शिकागो लेके चलते हैं। कल हमारा न्यूयॉर्क, सैटरडे को, ये जो परसों है, हमारा प्रोग्राम न्यूयॉर्क से है, एंड दैट इज स्वामी विवेकानंद एजुकेशन एंड यूथ एम्पावरमेंट का प्रोग्राम। और संडे शाम को 5 बजे, क्योंकि 5 बजे का एक मेन प्रोग्राम रोज रहता है, मंडे टू संडे, मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे यूथ के लिए, फ्राइडे को वाटर के लिए, सैटरडे को विवेकानंद जी की टीचिंग के लिए, और संडे को हम लेके चलते हैं। अगर आपने अपना कोई काम धंधा करना है, कोई बिजनेस शुरू करना है, आप अपने स्कूल में इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट लगाना चाहते हैं, आप आईटीआई में, पॉलिटेक्निक में, कॉलेज के अंदर, यूनिवर्सिटी में, so our chamber can help you out directly from the ministry, and we can get the incubation center right coming to your school, irrespective you are a private school, you are a government school, you are semi-government, you are in PPP mode, or whatsoever is your thing. Then इतनी पढ़ाई लिखाई के बाद सैटरडे को हम आपकी हेल्थ और वेलनेस के बारे में भी बातचीत करते हैं, और यहाँ पर योगा, मेडिटेशन, नेचुरोपैथी, न्यूट्रिशन, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, और इसके ऊपर भी काम धंधा और आपकी सेहत के बाद। ये है सैटरडे को आयुर्वेदा का, शाम को 6:30 बजे। संडे मॉर्निंग आपने हॉलीवुड का नाम सुना है, बॉलीवुड का नाम सुना है। हॉलीवुड की तरह का जो एक मेन है वो यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो है कैलिफोर्निया, लॉस एंजलिस में। सो संडे मॉर्निंग यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो के गेट खुलते हैं, सामने है वुडबरी यूनिवर्सिटी कैलिफोर्निया बर्बैंक, वहां से लाइव टेलीकास्ट होती है श्रीमद् भगवत गीता and India's 10th principle Upanishad that comes every Sunday morning 9:30 to 11. Sunday शाम को 3 o'clock we go all the way to 10 countries of ASEAN, 650 million population, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines and Brunei। ये 10 countries जुड़ती हैं हमारे साथ, और 650 million की population वहां से आती है। और फिर संडे आपका जो संडे रात का लास्ट कार्यक्रम है, ये आपके लिए बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। जिन बच्चों को बाहर जाने का शौक है, जिन टीचर्स को बाहर जाने का शौक है, जो बाहर जाना चाहते हैं, इधर उधर पैसा मत खराब कीजिए, किसी ट्रैवल एजेंट को पैसा मत दीजिए, किसी इमिग्रेशन एजेंट को पैसा मत दीजिए, आइल्स की कोचिंग के लिए पैसा बर्बाद मत कीजिए। आपको बेसिकली पूरा फंडा मिलता है। और यहाँ पर नॉन रेजिडेंट इंडियंस आते हैं अब्रॉड से, और वो आपसे बातचीत करते हैं कि एजुकेशन को एम्पावर कैसे किया जाए, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी कैसे है। ये हर संडे को रात को 7:30 बजे होता है। इस स्लाइड को क्लिक करके अपने मोबाइल पर रख लीजिए, दिस स्लाइड इज अल्टीमेट। और रोजाना दोपहर को भारत में जब 12:30 बजते हैं इंडिया के अंदर दोपहर के, तो बाकी सारे कार्यक्रम बिकॉज दे आर इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, सो दिस प्रोग्राम इज इन हिंदी। 12:30 हम बच्चों और टीचर से हिंदी में बातचीत करते हैं, क्योंकि पूरा यूपी, पूरा मध्य प्रदेश, पूरा राजस्थान और पंजाब और उत्तराखंड और वहां से हिमाचल प्रदेश, चंडीगढ़ और कुछ और जगहें हैं बहुत सारी जहां हिंदी बेल्ट है, वो सब लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ते हैं। क्योंकि इसके लिए कोई 60-70 हजार टीचर और बच्चों की हमें रिक्वेस्ट आई कि आपका हिंदी में कोई कार्यक्रम क्यों नहीं है। सो दिस इज अ स्पेशल सीरीज विच हैज स्टार्टेड। इसके 3 कार्यक्रम हो चुके हैं। पहले दिन ये था लव योर स्कूल, दैट वाज द फर्स्ट डे प्रोग्राम। सेकंड डे का प्रोग्राम था लव योर पेरेंट्स, अपने माता पिता को प्यार करो। और आज 12:30 बजे का प्रोग्राम था जिसमें बहुत सारे प्रिंसिपल्स, टीचर्स और बच्चे जुड़े। आज कार्यक्रम था कि आपके टीचर्स आपको अपने से आगे बढ़ते हुए कैसे देखना चाहते हैं, दैट वाज टुडेज प्रोग्राम। कल जो 12:30 बजे का प्रोग्राम है वो मैं बच्चों को बताना चाहूंगा। टुमारो वी आर कवरिंग अप हु एम आई। मैं कौन हूं, मैं दुनिया में क्या कर रहा हूं, मेरा जन्म क्यों हुआ, मैं दुनिया में क्यों आया, मैं कैसी पढ़ाई कर रहा हूं, मेरा स्कूल मुझे क्या दे रहा है, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए। कल ये सब टीचर, सब बच्चे, सब लोग इस प्रोग्राम में आगे जुड़ सकते हैं। ये रोज दोपहर को 12:30 बजे है। सो नाउ लेट मी कम फर्दर लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। ये आज शाम को 5 बजे का प्रोग्राम है, डिजिटून्स, दैट इज विद सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट। अभी आप देखिए, हर एक बच्चे को ये लगता है कि मुझे मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री में कुछ करना है। पंजाब के हर बच्चे को लगता है कि मैं धर्मेंद्र हो सकता हूं, हर बच्ची को लगता है कि मैं नीरू बाजवा हूं। तो व्हाई नॉट, यू कैन वर्क आउट ए स्ट्रेटेजी। यो यश चोपड़ा जी के जो राइट हैंड हैं वो हमारे चेंबर के चेयरमैन है मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के, जिनका नाम है मनमोहन सिंह। वो फिल्म डायरेक्टर हैं, प्रोड्यूसर हैं, क्रिएटिव राइटर हैं, और उससे पहले वो सिनेमेटोग्राफर रहे हैं। जितनी भी बेहतरीन हिंदी फिल्में बनी हैं वो सब उन्होंने बनाई हैं। मैं उसकी गहराई में अभी नहीं जाऊंगा। तकरीबन 13 के करीब उन्होंने पंजाबी बहुत अच्छी फिल्में, हरभजन मान को याद उन्होंने लॉन्च किया, अमरिंदर गिल को एज ए सिंगर लॉन्च किया। तो उनकी बहुत अच्छी अच्छी पिक्चरें हैं, जिमी शेरगिल के साथ, नीरू बाजवा के साथ, बहुतों के साथ। तो मनमोहन जी हमारे चेयरमैन है मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट स्किल काउंसिल के, तो उनके माध्यम से आज शाम को भी 5 बजे कार्यक्रम है, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी ऑन मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट, जहां पर शेपिंग ए क्रिएटिव करियर इन डिजिटल डिजाइनिंग एंड एनिमेशन इन फिल्म मेकिंग। यू विल हैव मिस्टर पिल्लई दिस इवनिंग, यू कैन ज्वाइन। सैटरडे को 5000 प्रिंसिपल्स पूरे वर्ल्ड से जुड़ रहे हैं, एंड वी आर हैविंग एडू लीडर वर्चुअल समिट फ्रॉम द होल वर्ल्ड, एंड दैट इज कमिंग सैटरडे, दैट्स ऑन 5 सितंबर है इंडिया टीचर डे, 5 अक्टूबर है वर्ल्ड टीचर्स डे। अब आगे क्या है वो आपको पता करना है, क्योंकि अगर सारी चीज मैं आपको बता दूंगा तो फिर मजा नहीं आएगा। 7 नवंबर को क्या होता है टीचर्स के लिए ये आप पता कीजिए। हमारे चेंबर ने पूरे वर्ल्ड में जो रिसर्च की, आप अपने बेसिक खाने पर आ जाइए, बेसिक हेल्थ पर आ जाइए और बेसिक पढ़ाई पर आ जाइए। ये तीनों चीजें बेसिक होने वाली हैं, और कम चीजों में जिंदगी गुजारिए, बिकॉज कोरोना कब तक रहेगा, कैसे रहेगा। नाउ द सेकंड वेव हैज स्टार्टेड इन यूरोप, nobody knows about it, all stories are coming from the world over, but nobody has got a realistic picture। B2B को हम पहले कहते थे बिजनेस टू बिजनेस, अब हम कहते हैं बैक टू बेसिक्स, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट होगा, एंड डिजिटल मोड रहेगा, डिजिटल मोड अब नहीं जाएगा। Education will never be able to get back to what it used to be in January and February. It has to move ahead now, ladies and gentlemen. So whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, with that as a vision, with that as a provision. I hope Madam Jia, she has joined us, or she will be joining us. Madam Jia, have you joined us? Okay, if she has not joined us, then I will wait for some more time. Now, Jayaprabha Pradeep ma'am, she's a principal, Gregorian Public School, and she's in Kerala. We extend her a very hearty welcome, pleasure. She would be joining us in a little while, ladies and gentlemen. She's also one of the speakers today with us. We have got Ishtpreet Kaur ma'am. She is from NEXT Education, based out of Delhi. She's also joining us. I will not be reading the complete CV for everybody because this program is live available on the YouTube, and all these credentials you can see any point of time, as many time as you want. You can see it over there, you can work it out over there, you can plan it over there. And ladies and gentlemen, we have also got Jagmandeep Singh. He has also joined us. Hearty welcome to him. He is a founder, director, City Global School. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me move on to the journey. And we have got, I'm so happy that Jayaprabha ma'am has also joined. I was so worried whether the signal is coming from Kerala or not. I want to be in the minority. You all should be in the majority now. That is the way I should go by. It's a pleasure. So ladies and gentlemen, world over, you are linked with Kerala, you are linked with Punjab, and you're also linked with the lady. The name is Kaur, but she is at Delhi at present. So hails from Punjab, there is no doubt about it. Her roots has to be from Punjab, but Delhi is the national capital, so we give her the credit that she can be in Delhi as a head NEXT Education right over there. Now, the first question for 1,000 rupees, which goes before I invite my people. Teachers, you should just see, but don't aspire to get 1,000 rupees. Let the children win. I want the children to win, not teachers. But nothing stops you. You can also post your answers, but aim is to encourage younger generation. Now today, the program is focus on knowledge of India. Focus on knowledge of India. I will start in a very humorous way because humor should be the part of education. Education should be musical. Gamification should be a part of. कुछ लोग मुस्कुराते ही नहीं हैं. कुछ लोग सोचते मैं सीरियस रहूंगा तो लोग कहेंगे मेरी पर्सनालिटी बड़ी इंप्रेसिव है. वो मिथ्या में है, वो भ्रम में है. If you smile, if you laugh, if you enjoy the life, you'll remain young like me at the age of 72, talking like a 20-year-old boy. You got to remain happy and you got to smile. And coming from the armed forces background to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and now I have dedicated my rest of the life to empower the education ecosystem. But basically because I am Punjabi, so मुझे कहीं ना कहीं तो अपनी soil का भी कर्ज उतारना होगा. But Jayaprabha ma'am shouldn't think he is talking about Punjab only. Let me talk about Kerala also. Ponmudi to Thiruvananthapuram, Thiruvananthapuram to Varkala, Varkala to Alleppey, Alleppey to Koilon, Koilon to Vipin, Vipin to Ernakulam, Ernakulam to Mullampura Dam, Kottayam, Thekkady, Idukki, Periyar, Shabramali. All these places I have done the master plan for tourism while being with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Anyway, that is a part of it. I just wanted to energize everybody and involve everybody. That is there. Question comes here. क्योंकि लोग ये कह रहे हैं 1,000 रुपए का question बोलो, बाकी बात की बात है. Okay, the question is very simple. I took you to Kerala. Now, there are 3 states in India. I will not tell you the states' names. There are 3 states in India. अभी अभी भारत में वाइल्ड लाइफ वीक मनाया गया था. 2nd to 8th of October was the वाइल्ड लाइफ वीक. और आज का हमारा टॉपिक है नॉलेज ऑफ इंडिया. वाओ, दैट्स ग्रेट. मैं एंशिएंट इंडिया में तो बाद में जाऊंगा, बट पहले आपका 1,000 रुपीज का क्वेश्चन है. Which are the 3 states which has got same wildlife sanctuary, same national park, and all 3 states, they share the boundary wall with each other, and when the animals go to that particular state, they say we have got so many tigers, so many elephants, and so many other kind of species. When they move to other state, these are the 3 neighboring states. what are the names of those 3 wildlife sanctuaries or national parks, and what are those 3 states? This is a 1000 rupees question. गूगल बाबा पे आजकल नकल हो सकती है, लेकिन नकल के लिए अकल चाहिए, क्योंकि जिसका आंसर सबसे पहले करेक्ट आएगा, जो जितनी जल्दी देगा, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति नहीं, कौन लेगा 1000 रुपया जगमनदीप साहब से. Okay, so with these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me start the journey and giving a respect to, because we have learned in the armed forces, always respect ladies more than the gents. But I am sandwiched between the golden triangle. There are 2 ladies and a gentleman right at the center. And in Punjab, they always say Sawa Lakh ka Khalsa. Okay, so let him enjoy, smile, and be happy over there. And let me move to the right, because this program is jointly co-hosted by Ishtpreet. So she got to be kind enough to give an opportunity to Kerala. And we go to Jayaprabha, Pradeep ma'am. You can first share the vision with us, 6 to 8 minutes. What do you think the focus, what we have got today, knowledge of India? And this is a program on teachers empowerment, not students empowerment, because we have to laugh and we have to smile. The other day, we held a program for 3000 principals. And when I told them, principals, you all are doing great job, they said, no, 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 we are not principal. I said, what are you talking? You are the principals. It's a principals program. How are you saying you are not principal? They said, no, 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 we are not principal now. I said, then who is principal? They say, our teachers are teaching and parents are principal now. They say, hey, have you seen that? Ishtpreet ma'am teaches so well. ये जगमनदीप, नो नो नो, अरे यार ये तुम्हारा टीचर अच्छा नहीं है. ये जयप्रभा मैम, नहीं ये तो किताब देख के पढ़ा रही है. So parents are principal nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. Education has got totally changed. So let's come to Jayaprabha ma'am and let's hear her.
Hello, sir. Hello, friends. I'm from Kerala, Jayaprabha Pradeep. This afternoon, I'm sitting in my office, watching my campus through the window, and I am in the most positive mood to learn something more out of this. I think basically every teacher should have the attitude to learn. And we teachers, educationalists always think about the best country where education happens most beautifully, maybe places like Sydney or Switzerland or UK or US, where the best educational practices are there, and let's transplant it to India. What I notice now is that what the country needs, what the people need, what the children need is a thorough knowledge of what works in our country, not what works somewhere else.
Internet connection.
Is there a problem, sir?
No worries, no worries.
Okay. What works in India is what we should be thinking about. What will apply in our economic system, in our nation's particular background, in our villages, in our cities? That is what we have to think about in this scenario. So I believe that education will work out beautifully only if we get to know what are the situations in our own nation. We have to know ourselves before we proceed further into comparing with somebody else, some other country, and bringing in transplanting ideas. So first, we should know ourselves. Knowing ourselves is most important. In that context, I'm pretty impressed with the way CBSE has connected states, twin states, and we are asking children to do art integrated projects. Kerala is connected to Himachal Pradesh. This year, it's Kerala with Himachal Pradesh. What I have instructed my teachers is to see that We do not only connect art art of Himachal Pradesh to Kerala, but we want them to know all about Himachal Pradesh. If we do that thoroughly this academic year, my grade 1 to grade 12, if they try to connect to Himachal Pradesh thoroughly in terms of the culture, the religion, the agricultural thing, the demographic situation, the economic situations, everything together, if we connect and compare, then at least my children will have true experience of what is India partly. Next year, maybe it can be connected. We can be, that must be the CBSE idea. We can be connected to another state. Then the children get to know that state. So the instruction to my teachers right now is that you do connect the two states in terms of the art, integrate the art forms, but I would like all of you to know all about Himachal Pradesh. Let it be the beginning. And then next year, we will have another state. And then we'll start connecting. In fact, we are all in online mode. So children are doing a lot of projects. They are enjoying it, I felt. And this online platform has given them a lot of opportunities to connect. And many of them called me and said that they are talking to children in Himachal Pradesh, trying to contact institutions in Himachal Pradesh, and then getting to know each other. And they said it's fun, it's real knowledge rather than writing some examination or preparing a project. It's a lot more than that, and they are getting a lot of time. Maybe this pandemic has helped the children to learn a little differently. They got an opportunity to explore beyond the campus, go beyond the textbook, and reach out to people. Unless these students get to know what India needs, each state needs, each village needs, and what are the real situations there, what agriculture works where, how, what is our major problem? I do feel it's the poverty. So agriculture we have to focus on. And agriculture, if we are focusing on and thinking about developing new technologies or to enhance agricultural produce, that will be the best. And let me tell you, children in Kerala would never have an idea of what is the situation in Himachal Pradesh, because it's so different in there. Weather, climate, everything is so different. Agriculture is so different. People are different. Tastes are different. Culinary things are different. So I think this is a good beginning by which we start with one state, and through them, through my students, I'm going to learn more, because once they come back in January, I suppose all my students will come back in January, and we have asked them to showcase whatever they have learned in different ways, so that
I'll get you for the second round, ma'am.
yeah.
I've got just quick questions, two questions input from your side, which people are asking.
Yeah.
Number one, how many students you are taking to Himachal Pradesh? And second question is, which class students are going to Himachal Pradesh from Kerala?
Yeah. In this pandemic season, I cannot even think about taking children to Himachal Pradesh. So it is connecting them through online.
Okay.
And later on, the bond will be utilized for taking a few children. It's middle school that I think about, 6 to 8. They are the most energetic, bubbly kids who can go in and learn. And the pressure of board exam is not there. They're most vibrant group of children, sir.
Very good. Both the questions well taken. So, ladies and gentlemen, something very nice coming from her. First of all, she says, let us not focus only on art. The canvas has to be painted with some more colors. Wherever the students are going, or the youth are going, or the children are going, they should know much more. It is art, craft, handicraft, cuisine, dances, music, anything you can talk about, including she touched a very important part, that is agriculture, because that is the basic lifeline and oxygen of life. Children do not know कि सब्जी कुछ ऊपर उगती है कि नीचे उगती है. They have no idea They are learning all theoretical. They are not learning practical. They do not know what vegetables are grown within or inside the ground and what all is coming in the form of a tree and plants and everything and that comes. I think this COVID has taught a lot of things. So my deep regards and gratitude to you. It's such a pleasure to get your pragmatic approach. Now you were telling connected. So before I go to Jagmandeep ji, I would request you to tell your teachers and students to connect because in the group I am not finding anybody from Kerala. I can make up within no time the names from Kerala because Chaco, Nambiar, Menon, Nair, they all are known to me and I know all of them. So I would request, please tell your teachers and let me give you a linkage before I give to Mr. Jagmandeep. There is a linkage between Kerala and Punjab also. Your children are coming to Himachal.
Yeah.
While sitting over here in Singapore, I'll give you another link, something very interesting.
Yeah.
There's a very handsome, now he is old, about 84, 85 years. His name is Dharmendra from Punjab. His one movie had come that was Jeevan Mrityu. That Jeevan Mrityu movie was shot at Periyar. And secondly, there was a Malayalam movie based on Jeevan Mrityu named as Chattakare. So
Oh, yeah.
I come from tourism and army, so I know there was a Hindi song, "Jhilmil Sitaron Ka Aangan Hoga," ऐसा करके. So there was a Malayalam song, "Yennum Vintaratin Aadu
Anandalila.
Ye Shamala Saran Ko Chunuvela." That was Chattakari. Prem Leela Kochu Kamal Maya Graham Monundaki. Rest Yashudas ji and Chitra will sing. I will take you now. Let me
That's
now.
an old song, sir. Old song.
Education should be humorous. Education should be fun. Education should be enjoyable. I don't know why so much of pressure. And I laugh sometimes with children, and I laugh and laugh. I say in a very polite way while laughing with the folding hands. I'm also a teacher. I'm also educator. I'm teaching in Canada. I'm teaching in America. I'm teaching in Australia. And when I share all that with you, if one teacher cannot teach one subject properly, how a student can learn 6 subjects? I mean, it's a punishment for them. Let's make education more enjoyable. And that's why I think Arpit Dugar from the Next Education is trying to bring this program. Okay, let's hear now Mr. Jagmandeep Singh, who had been very kind and patient, handsome sir from Punjab. Let's hear him. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes,
Am I audible, sir?
please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. And continuing with what ma'am said, I absolutely agree. She has made some very, very valid points that there has to be connections between different states, different streams, and different education materials. And so, taking from that and what you just said, that education needs to be fun. Children, they need to know that how things work. One of the very important aspect of a new education policy is the vocational studies, the vocational courses that have started from 6th onwards. We do that in our school, but I still believe that there is a lot of improvement that needs to be done in that aspect. That is the aspect that will allow us to bridge that gap between making education more fun. I was going through the list early today that what kind of vocational courses or what kind of vocational subjects is offered by CBSE or are there in new education policy. I couldn't get a very clear answer because I may be wrong, but there are certain aspects of new education policy that are still not clear. We are still learning a lot about it. Every single day we read about it through the seminars as well. So what I very strongly believe is that vocational courses should be pushed rigorously, and there should be plethora of courses. Like there should be, let's talk about agriculture also. There should be a specific agriculture course that for that as well. Like they've included a certain aspect. I was reading the policy that there's a bagless approach in the new education policy. The students will go to different industries and see how the things work. That's a very great step. And this is kind of approach that we need all over. As ma'am rightly said, it does not make a difference what is happening in other countries. It all depends upon what is happening in your village, what is happening in your state, in your country, what is required, what kind of industries are there, what kind of expertise do we need in the future. Books, no doubt they give you the knowledge, but they don't give you that practical knowledge on hands that you learn. When we take a student on a field trip, or we take them to a lab, or we take them to any kind of, a workshop or a factory, we ignite that curiosity that I want to learn this, I want to do this, I have an interest in this. Same happens with sports as well. So this is a very important part. I believe like agriculture should be a part of it, IT should be a part of it, then tourism should be a part of it. Basic skills like culinary, aviation, even a small electricity, I guess, should be a part of it. Architecture should be a part of it. Any course that a child will opt in the coming days, once they finish their +1, +2, or their diploma, whatever they do, they should have the knowledge that these are the options that they can choose, and these are the options that are available to them. As the new education policy also says, that they will add a number of different aspects, that the 5+3+3+4 formula has been added, new vocational courses has been added. It also has to be make sure that those vocational courses do end up in future guaranteeing a job skill that every child needs. It has to start from this only. As ma'am rightly said, we have to be very clear about what's happening in our own state, in our own villages. And that happens from the vocational courses itself. New parameters should be open to the students. A lot of interaction should be there with interstates. CBSE, they do assign 2 states. There should be multiple states. There should be online seminars with different schools to know what is happening in that state, what kind of workforce is there, what kind of curriculum is done over there, what kind of activities are done over there in our state, in that state as well. A lot of more things. Just flexible curriculum, basically, whatever we are focusing on. The curriculum should be flexible. Vocational courses do add to that flexibility. Like there also one aspect of new education policy that we are combining all the streams together. A child can pick whatever they like. A child opting for arts can go for biology as well, if they have interest in that. That can in turn result in the child having a knowledge of demography, a geographical knowledge, as well as a biological knowledge that will help him get a degree in agriculture in the coming future. These kind of things are very important, which are thankfully, unfortunately, are very nicely touched by the education policy, which I'm particularly very happy about. And one more aspect, that they have combined the pre-primary section as well. So instead of K-12, it will increase a bit, and that's a very good aspect. Then combined with the vocational courses, it will definitely add that missing part that our education system was missing. Coming with that, teachers as well. Any problem, sir?
No, please go ahead.
All right.
I'm enjoying.
Now, the next part I want to focus is on the teacher training. With the new education policy, as sir was also saying, that teacher-oriented approach is must. We need to teach our teacher first. We need to taught ourselves first, then we can teach our students, because it all starts from the teacher. I like to call ourselves educators. I don't call ourselves teachers. Most do, but I call ourselves educators. We are educators, we're not teachers. We educate masses. So educating ourselves is the prime, thing right now. And with the new education policy and the other vocational courses and the combining of the streams, the training aspect should be there. I'm just waiting for CBSE to come in, for the NCRTs to and the Education Ministry to start the training process on a very rigorous and very large scale, because the degrees that we do are good enough, but that trainings, the refreshing trainings every 6 months, every year, that are must. We do our best in our schools, but CBSE and other education departments, they need to step on. We should start the training right now, because once our teachers are trained, that will ultimately result passing into the education.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Vocational courses, IT, tourism, teachers training, wonderful points which you have given, and they all are remarkable. Ladies and gentlemen, when you serve the armed forces, you will start loving tourism. And somewhere from the armed forces, if you land up in tourism, whatsoever way, then it is altogether different. In a very polite, very humble way, when I traveled world over, and when I set up the first institute for the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, IITTM, Institute of Travel and Tourism Management, and I drafted India's first MBA tourism course for Indian universities way back in 1988. I started realizing anything on this planet is possible. And Jayaprabha ma'am, in your Kerala, I set up in Thiruvananthapuram for the Ministry of Tourism Institute called KITS, Kerala Institute of Travel and Tourism Studies. And that is right at the Kovalam beach. And I would say it gives so much. And traveling to Lakshadweep from Kerala, those beautiful 36 islands which we have got, and Bangaram Island when I inaugurated on behalf of Ministry of Tourism first time, and Vayudut flight going from Kerala all the way from the Cochin airport, and then with the NRIs building up India's first private airport in Kerala. It's altogether a remarkable journey. And which city are you located in, ma'am?
Kochi.
You are in Kochi. Okay.
Yes.
So, Ernakulam. That is in Ernakulam.
Yeah, Ernakulam. Yes.
On bicycle, we used to go to Waipin Islands.
Wow. Okay.
That's great. And we have got a very dear friend who has got a 5-star hotel over there, Mr. George Dominic, and that is Hotel Casino.
Okay.
So there's a lot to be done, and I would request your teachers and your students should join, because I'm looking forward to Kerala's names, which I'm not finding in the group. Okay, now let me request Ishtpreet Kaur, because she is the co-host for this program. Let's give her also an opportunity, and thereafter we will have a minute with Jayaprabha, then with Jagmandeep ji, and then finally we will conclude the program. So with these words, Ishtpreet Kaur, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, sir, for giving me opportunity to share my views on this platform. I am really awestruck by the wit and wisdom that you shared across during the session. So the topic, since I got to know about the series of webinars that you are running, so I was quite interested and I've been following the same. So I completely owe this success of ICSI to you for dishing out your wisdom in these sessions, apart from having speakers share their views. So definitely, and today's topic also that you have selected is very thoughtful, and brings us back to think about the bedrock, to think about our roots, which we are somehow forgetting. So if I ask any millennial a question, that what is India famously known for? So most of them would say that India is famously known for its Bollywood. Or if secondly you give them a chance to think again, they would say, okay, let me think. I think it's famous for cricket. Now that IPL is going on, so the cricket fever is on its maximum, and we have cricket fans all over India. But it is not what exactly India is famous for. If we go to the roots, we get to know that India is famously known for its vibrant languages, diversified cultural heritage, amazing artifacts, and meticulously designed archaeological structures. So आज जो मैं आपके साथ कुछ minutes के लिए बात करूंगी, so I'll touch upon four of these aspects. The first being language. Somewhere I feel that language is the basis of any country. If we talk about India, we have so many diversified languages. India's demographic is spread over 3.287 million kilometer squares, which I had to memorize. But even if you move a few kilometers, you see a set of people speaking a completely different language, and that's the beauty of India, which we are somewhat forgetting. And UNESCO in its report, which released that around 197 languages across India are endangered, and we need to revive them. We need to take steps. We need to draw our immediate attention to these slowly dying languages. So सबसे पहला जो फैक्टर है, अगर हम नॉलेज ऑफ इंडिया की बात करें, आई थिंक अगर हम अपनी लैंग्वेज को प्रिजर्व कर पाए, सो नथिंग बेटर देन दैट. एंड आई वाज अमेज्ड व्हेन आई गॉट टू नो दैट संस्कृत, which is a language which is thousands and thousands years of old, has more literature, more literary articles than combined of Greek and Latin. So ये बहुत हमारे लिए proud moment है. हमें पता, अगर ये चीज पता है, so we should dish out the same information to everyone. Now यूनेस्को जब कोई endangered language होती है, यूनेस्को कैसे वो पता करता है? Whenever the number of speakers decrease than 10,000, so then it declares that particular language as endangered. So we need to make sure that whatever language we got as a heritage from our forefathers, we convey the same to the other to our coming generations also. So उसके लिए सबसे पहला जो बीड़ा है वो पेरेंट्स को उठाना है. I know English is a language, global language. हम सभी इंडिया में तो specifically, it is considered as it is related to your pride and ego, that if you are speaking English, then only you are, you get thumbs up and kudos, otherwise it's completely the opposite. But I feel that whatever language, rich language we have got from our ancestors, we need to convey it to the next generations also. अब बात करते हैं NEP ने क्या कदम उठाए हैं languages को revive करने के लिए. So the 3L formula which NEP has given, I am completely awestruck by that formula, which states that the children have the liberty to study the facts, the content in their mother tongue, and that they have option of other 2 languages as well. So the 3L formula, I'm sure all of us must be aware of, so I'll not elaborate on the same. But the 3L formula given by NEP is amazing, and but the question mark which remains here is, do we have enough workforce? Do we have enough teachers in each state to combat, to facilitate the set of students that we have for that particular mother tongue? So that is a question which I leave you with. Then secondly, I would like to highlight here is that language is very closely woven with art and culture. So अगर किसी जगह का हमें language revive कर लिया, so art and culture is something which is very closely woven, and we will be amazed to know that India has the largest collection of music, theatre, folk traditions, rituals and rites, textile forms, paintings, writings, and so many articles. So हमारे पास इतनी बड़ी depository है art और culture की, that we should work upon and revive the same. And that how NEP is working. I mean, NEP after 34 years has taken steps, has dished out some pointers in one of its chapter 20 out of the 27 chapters. In one of its chapter, it has said that we will introduce vocational subjects. So students will go to local local vocational people and learn some vocational subjects, wherein this will help us to preserve our textiles, to preserve the rich pottery that we have, and then the paintings, the rich culture of paintings that we have. So उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे, जो तीसरा फैक्टर मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ वो है आर्कियोलॉजिकल हेरिटेज. वी नो इंडिया इज famously known for its meticulously designed archaeological heritage, and Agra, in Agra, Taj Mahal being one of the 7 wonders in the world. So we need to make sure that children of today are aware about such rich heritage that we have, archaeological heritage which we have. And for that, as Jaya ma'am said, that art integrated projects are being given to the students. And secondly, when I was going through the NEP, I got to know that there will be a committee which will identify 100 tourist destinations, and it will be suggested to the schools to send across their students to such destinations to get hands-on experience, to learn about the rich languages which are prevalent in that their area, to learn about the agricultural agricultural farming which is happening in that area, to learn about what sect of people, what culture, what dance forms, what cuisines exist in that particular area. So very beautifully, NEP has suggested that it will dish out 100 tourist destinations, wherein schools can take their children to those destinations, but in inverted commas, after Corona period. So last factor which I would like to highlight here is spiritual heritage. हमें सबको पता है कि जितना spiritual heritage इंडिया में है वो कहीं नहीं है, and now we see the other countries adopting the same. We know that the wisdom that we is originated from the East is now slowly vanishing, and these practices of yoga, mindfulness, meditation, the same, somewhere or the other, I feel that they are vanishing from, and they are dying a slow death. But I see a few schools who have yoga as a subject, who have meditation as a subject, who have this divinity as a subject, but all these subjects get a stepsisterly treatment, which I think is not interesting. So if we are able to preserve the spiritual heritage of India, then in that case, I think the knowledge of India, the knowledge and wisdom that we have associated with India will still remain with us. Now, herein I would like to quote two things that if we talk about heritage वहां नहीं खत्म हो जाती जब हम हर 18 अप्रैल को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज डे मनाते हैं, कुछ पोस्टर्स पीछे लगा के, और हमने सभी बच्चों को हेरिटेज के बारे में एक दिन में बता दिया. So it is to be lived with each and every day. It is to be experienced each and every day, and it is to be revived, because all of these things are dying. So I'll leave you with two quotes. I would request you to please pay attention to them. First one is by Mr. Shashi Tharoor. He says that India is not an underdeveloped country, but rather in context of its history and cultural heritage, a highly developed one and in an advanced state of decay. So let's all join hands together and bring out India from this state of decay. Secondly, I would like to share another quote which states that people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture are like a tree without root. So let's not become the tree who is easily shaken when winds blow. Let's be a tree which has lots and lots of thick roots and I'm truly inspired by sir. और मैं यहाँ पे एक मुहावरा भी शेयर करूँगी पंजाबी का. पंजाबी में कहते हैं अपने हत्था नाल जड़ा वड्डनियां. तो let's try not to uproot our roots with our own hands, and let's stay connected with the rich cultural heritage that we have, and revive the language, the archaeological structures, the art and culture, and the spiritual heritage. So with these words, I leave you to ponder upon these 4 factors, and thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Now let me come back to Jayaprabha quickly, because it's the final round which we have to go on. Now 4 points are the taken away. 197 languages which are endangered by UNESCO, and everybody should note down when you say that when less than 10,000 people for any language, then it is declared as an endangered language. So that was a good information of piece for everybody. Secondly, she talked about vocational subjects. She talked about art and culture, archaeological heritage, and other things. And then she talked about spiritual heritage. Now, I would request Ishtpreet, you should get in touch with the lady, Additional Director General Tourism in the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. She is Mrs. Barar. And at present, tourism is passing through a very bad patch, because my friend from Kerala, Mr. Suman Billa, who used to be the Joint Secretary, he has gone to Spain. He is with the Madrid now, World Tourism Organization. So what I would like to share, you give your idea to Mrs. Barar and talk to her. And to Jayaprabha ma'am, I would request, when children are coming next year to Himachal Pradesh, they must visit. There is a place called Anandpur Sahib, and there is a museum. There is a museum. They must visit that. There's a sound and light show. Even if I show 100 books and 100 textbooks and everything, that knowledge cannot be acquired, which can be taken from, and that is archaeological. When she was talking about, I will link up. It's about 45 kilometers away from beautiful city called Chandigarh in India. So from Chandigarh, 45 kilometers, children can be taken. From there, they can enter Himachal Pradesh. There is no problem. That part can be taken care of. And there are some good places which I'll share later with you, because time is very less. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I asked you one question, very interesting question, 1,000 rupees, nobody answered. I gave you a very simple question. Which are the 3 states in India which has a common boundary for the national park and the wildlife sanctuary? That is Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, that park is known as, national park is known as Mudumalai. In Kerala, it is known as Wayanad Sultan Battery. And as far as Karnataka is concerned, it is known as Nagarhole. Now that is, there is no boundary. All 3 states, animals can move to any state, any point of time. They don't believe in this is India's boundary and this is Myanmar and this is Cambodia and this is Laos. Animals, they just move in over there. So that is a beautiful chronology. I thought you all should know. Okay. One more question, 1,000 rupees before Madam Jayaprabha speaks. There was a beautiful movie called Jab We Met, Kareena Kapoor's. And Kareena Kapoor ma'am was just like Ishtpreet. And you saw that movie, if you remember. That was a beautiful movie. And in that movie, there is a lady from Kerala who sung 2 songs. And she's a very famous singer. Who is that lady and what was that song? Okay. You have not to think. You have not to think, ma'am. You got to give just winding up note now, because it is 4:11. It's 11 minutes past 4 p.m. in India. So I have already overshot 11 minutes. I've got next program lined up. So about a minute I want from your side. Although I missed your teachers and your students, 3 of them have joined. I know that 3 of them I can see. Jay Anand is there. I have that I have understood. But So somebody left over. Okay, tell me.
Um,
You're winding up round. You're winding up round, man.
Okay, okay. How much time I have? 2 minutes?
2 minutes, man.
Okay, okay. I was deeply touched by Ms. Kaur's mentioning about spiritual heritage and how to share. Let me tell you very briefly, when I went to Delhi, I visited um, Amritsar, and also I wanted a dip in the Ganges, so I went to Rishikesh, right? Both the places, I didn't know the languages the people were talking. They were from different states, but when we dipped into the river, we all held our hands together. We didn't know each other. We all looked so different. There was a perfect understanding, which touched me so much. When you spoke about this, I thought this is needed. Again, I went to Amritsar, I went to Golden Temple. The neatness, the way they treat others, I was deeply moved. The neatness and the music, even now, it's in my ears. You know, this is how you experience, this is how you feel what our country is. And I've traveled to Bali, Sydney, different places, but there also what I was looking for was what is the connect with India. I noticed in Bali that the most. So there is everywhere, there is a connect, a human connect, which is spiritual also. Language is not a barrier there, and children should actually experience, not only children, teachers should experience, and we ourselves. So as I wind up, I'm giving you this invitation to Kerala, sir. Gulshan Sharma, sir, welcome to Kerala. I'll give you a different experience what you haven't seen. Our school, actually my school is surrounded by backwaters. All the windows open into backwaters, and it's a beautiful place. And in front of our school, I can see that fields with water lilies. Can you imagine? It's all green, water bodies around. Please do come to Kerala. First step will be Gulshan Sharma sir and Ms. Kaur and Mr. Singh visiting our place. Let's connect. First, let's connect. We cannot do it in a different manner. We need to meet each other. The children from different states, we can start the move. We can get the children from different states on a platform like this and make them interact with each other. And let's develop the bond. Okay, with that note, thank you, sir. Thank you for the golden opportunity given to me. I am moved, I am honored.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Jagmandeep ji.
Yes, sir.
You.
Yes, sir. So first of all, I would like to say I need to travel more. I need to start traveling more. There's a lot of things I need to learn, and traveling is one of them. And as ma'am clearly said, we have to develop a connection. That aspect has to be taken care of, whether it's amongst ourselves or between the students or the teachers or the new education policy and with the students. The connection has to be made, and it has to be done right away.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
That has to be done, ma'am. Absolutely right, said ma'am. And
I would request you when Jayaprabha ma'am will be taking her children to Himachal Pradesh, they will be passing your place in Zirakpur in India.
Exactly. I was coming to that, sir.
You should treat them, you should host them, and their visit to, as an elder brother, I would make a request to Anandpur Sahib Museum should be your responsibility.
Ma'am, I'll be the guide of the whole Punjab for you, ma'am. I will be the guide over here.
Babaji will bless you. Babaji will bless you. Okay, Ishtpreet.
Always welcome, ma'am. I'll be the guide, ma'am.
Yes.
Final word from you.
I'm sorry, sir?
Final word from you.
Sir, it was an absolute pleasure. It was an honor being here, and I learned a lot of things, sir. Thanks to Jaya ma'am, and thanks to Ishtpreet ma'am. Thanks to you, sir, for having me here, and to the Chamber of Service Industry as well, and to Next Education. I hope we made a little bit of difference, sir, to all who are watching over here. Thank you.
Jayaprabha ma'am.
Yes.
Do you love Yashodasji?
Yes, I do. I grew up in his music, songs.
So I will finish this program with Yashodasji.
Okay.
1972, and that is a Hindi song, In Chit Chor. And you should bring music in education. It is very important. If you want your children to be happy, your teachers to be happy. And there was a song, आज से पहले, आज
जिससे प्यारा
आज से पहले, आज से ज्यादा खुशियाँ
खुशियाँ आज तक नहीं
इतनी
yes
ऐसी
Great, sir.
So finally saying, now that we are all talking about tourism and visiting each other's places, so I invite you all to visit Delhi and experience the great traffic that we have in Delhi. So that will be also an experience for all of you.
That I can say I had the privilege of visiting.
every year I visit Delhi, so I know.
Jayaprabha ma'am,
Yes.
before your students go to Jagmandeep ji in Zirakpur and Himachal, you should enjoy the hospitality of Ishtpreet ma'am in Delhi. Okay?
Yes, sure. I go there every year. I come to Delhi, ma'am. Every year.
God bless all of us. God bless the universe. Education only can empower the universe. Let's empower every child the best possible way. And education should not be dry. Education should be happiness. Education should be part of music life. Education should be gamification. Our chamber, I always tell my children, you know, our Kerala people are working so hard in Middle East, and Punjab people are working so hard in Canada and other parts. Why can't we make India prosper? Why can't we make India grow? Each and every part. When I travel, I can feel the fragrance of Kerala today also. That rubber plantation in Kottayam and the tea plantation right up to Periyar. And I wore that black clothes to go to Shabramali in Periyar beyond that. So it's a beautiful place and beautiful people. India is so colorful and so many languages, art, craft, cuisine. So let's enjoy it and know your India more. With that note, we will finish. And to Jayaprabha ma'am, namaskaran. And to Jagmandeep ji and Ishtpreet ji, Sat Sri Akal in India. And thank you very much.